Tanner, live from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado on this gorgeous Thursday, June 18th, 2020. We are live, as mentioned, from an undisclosed location, Denver, Colorado. It finally got some relief with this heat. I have been literally dying the past 2 days here in Denver. As always, we are joined by the executive producer of the show, Stuart Turley, who's also the director and publisher of oilandgasvc.com. Stu, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day. We have a great show for you lined up. I've got a couple things to cover. My one big thing, Stu's got some great things from the international news. Markets basically finished flat, but first, please just subscribe. 360 Digital Closing Bell, iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. This is the best place to stay up to date on all of your energy finance stuff. We really appreciate everybody who subscribes and listens to our podcast. We'll be cutting our week look back podcast right after this, and we'll be getting that in your inbox tomorrow morning. When really we look at how the markets go today, I mean, you want to talk about a boring day in the markets, pretty much everything were flat. We were expecting a little bit of a bullish day, but the problem was weekly jobless claims stayed above 1 million, and Florida's seeing a little bit more of new cases in terms of coronavirus. So that paired of a lot of that bullish news that came out today. SPY 3115, only a 1 point increase or 0.06%. So literally flat. Literally flat on the NASDAQ doesn't do much better. 9,991, only 9 points gain. That's literally 0.09 percentage points. Dow Jones doesn't do much better. Barely stays above 26,000 at 26,080 for a 40-point drop, or negative 0.15 percentage points on that index. Crude oil had the best day of all of our indices that we cover here. 39 even currently for that trading number, up $1.04 or about 2.5 percentage points. 12-month straight back into the curve, 40.28, so not as well, only about a 1.5 percentage increase. Natural gas finishes basically flat, $1.63, or only about 0.06 percentage points increase, but the back end of the curve for natural gas did not do as well, down 0.3 percentage points to $2.79 and 6/10. XOP, which is our E&P securities contract, actually was up a half a percentage point to 57.65, so beating the S&P 500. Our E&P oilfield services, which is an OIH contract, 131.42. That was up 59 cents, or about 0.45 percentage points increase. On the downside, though, American Resources Corporation finished it at 11.73 points down, or to $1.13. Transatlantic Petroleum LDT down to 30 cents at negative 15%. And the biggest loser of the day, no doubt, Extraction down to 36 cents, negative 15%. As we know, Extraction has declared bankruptcy. On the upside, though, some different numbers. CRV Energy up 7 percentage points to 22.21. PBF Energy up another 7.8 percentage points, up to $12.89. Our biggest mover of the day, Indonesia Energy Corp, up to $6.32, a whopping 28 percentage points move. Please, guys, if you have not checked out the oilandgasconference.com, I highly recommend doing that right now. It is the investor conference of the year and the best place to hear all of your executive investor. I mean, you want to talk about all of this crazy coronavirus stuff, how it's impacted the business, what production looks and what the outlook's like. There are going to be probably over like 40 to 50 presenting companies at this thing. It's the best place to learn all of your investor finance stuff. Please check it out at theoilandgasconference.com. Stu, what's going on in the international news desk today?
Hey, thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Chevron puts a stake in the 34 billion Northwest Shelf LNG in Africa. They've been there for 30 years, yep, and they're getting cash so they can put it into green and renewable energy. Schlumberger took up a $1.4 billion charge for restructuring. What do we always say? What's a few billion between friends? Oh my goodness.
And that was something that, I mean, and that is specifically, I was going to run that story as part of something that came across my news desk today before I saw you had it, because that $1.5 billion charge is specifically due to the United States shale business. If you've been following international oil field earnings, they've been international earnings were up. Schlumberger was up 18, 6, it was like 16% revenue year to year in their international from Q1 of this year to last year. So this is a huge, this is it's an international story because of Schlumberger, but this is a knock against U.S. shale.
And they're looking at getting out of the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, why? I mean, at this point, why would you? Especially if you're making that much money. I mean, the international. Couple things that came across my desk. First off, the J.P. Morgan held a kind of an energy conference. It was a J.P. Morgan energy conference today. Craziest thing that happened. Word on the street that came out of there. 500,000 barrels are about to be put back on the market per day by month's end, not July, June. So we're talking 12 days. We're to see 500,000 barrels. That sentiment was raised by our favorite CEO of Devon Energy, David Hager. We love him. And wild. It was just some wild stuff. I don't necessarily like the fact that it's that $500,000, and this came out of a Primary Vision estimate, who's the biggest fracking tracker. That's what they're seeing. 500,000 barrels. Too much, in my opinion. Too much, in my opinion. The other thing that I saw was very interesting. Matador Resources. First 5 wells drilled in their Ray State hold prospects actually strikes gold and includes 7,600 barrels of oil equivalent. They say by the end of Q2, they'll have roughly 1 million barrels of oil equivalent already produced out of that. So big find for Matador. And what's nice is they were able to hedge all of that production at $53. So it's very good when you can get in on some million barrels in the next quarter and you can hedge that at $56. That's good for the free cash flow. Stu, that's pretty much all I've got today. Anything we're missing?
No, we're just busy and great times.
We continue to get busy. We appreciate everybody who has downloaded the 360 Digital Closing Bell survey. I will post the link in the show notes here. Please check that out. We appreciate everybody who is off to be a contributor. We will make sure to get that and start reaching out to everybody who's expressed being interested in a contributor. Also, just subscribe. Energy 360 Podcast by Enercom, the best place for all of your energy thought leadership. We have some great interviews coming up. Also, check out tomorrow morning, the 360 Digital Closing Bell Podcast. Weekly look back drops. We're going to be covering all the top stories that happened this week in oil and gas and get you ready for the weekend. I think with that, we're going to go and let you guys get back to work and finish up your Thursday. Thank you for checking out the 360 Digital Closing Bell here on Enercom and Oil and Gas 360. We'll see you guys tomorrow.